everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So this is our part fifth, means we are going to solve all the PYQs from 2016 to 2020. In the previous four part, we have already solved 1988 to 2014 question, 2015 question. Now in this lecture, we are going to solve all the PYQs that are come in NEET examination from work power energy chapter. And I hope you are doing very well and these lectures are quite helpful for you in revision. If you have any doubts coming in these lectures, you can ask me and suggest me what the things I will do for you and you help you a lot in your preparation. So shall we start our this series, this videos from where we will solve all the PYQs. And this is our first question, that is from NEET 2016. A particle moves from a point this to this when a force is applied on it. How much work has been done by a force? So they are asking what is the work done, and they have given us force. What is their force value? That is 4 I cap plus 3 J cap Newton, and displacement vector is basically d final minus d initial. That is displacement vector is comes out to be 4. This is final vector, that is 4 j cap plus 3 k cap minus initial vector minus 2 I cap plus 5 j cap. So displacement vector is comes out to be minus minus plus. So this is 2 I cap because here no I cap, so this is only I cap. 4 j cap, and this is also 5 j cap. This is I just confused, 5 j cap. So here you see that this is minus 5 j cap and plus 4 j cap, means this is minus j cap, and this is plus 3 k cap. So work done is equal to, that is force into displacement vector. So that is force is 4 I cap plus 3 j cap, and that is the displacement vector 2 I cap minus j cap plus 3 k cap. So that is work done is comes out to be 8 and minus 3. That is work done is comes out to be 5 joule. That is work done is comes out to be 5 joule. So 5 joule is, which option is correct? Option C is correct. Now I proceed for the next question. Just 1 minute. This is our question number 2016 NEET second phase. Two identical balls A and B are having a velocity 0.5 meter per second and 0.3 meter per second. It is like this situation. This is first ball and this is second ball. Two balls, identical balls A and B having a velocity collide elastically in one dimension. So suppose this body has a velocity 0.5 meter per second and this body has a velocity 0.3 meter per second. Respectively collide elastically in one dimension. Identical balls means their mass are same. Their mass are same. After the collision, the velocity of B and A after the collision, we know that if the two bodies has a same masses and the collision is elastic, so their velocity is going to be exchange. Means this is our first particle velocity, and this has a particle as a second velocity. Velocity of first particle become initial velocity of second, and velocity of second particle become initial velocity of first, right? So here velocity of first particle is 0.3 meter per second and velocity of B particle is 0.5 meter per second. And here one more confusion people have just come in this question, that if they didn't mention any direction, if they mention that the second body is moving in opposite direction, so here we could put negative sign, but here they didn't mention anything about the direction, so we have to assume that both are moving in the same direction, right? So here you see that they say that the velocity of B is 0.5 and velocity of A 0.5 and 0.3. So here one more thing, I think that is the confusion. From the option we can find that the second body is definitely moving in opposite direction. Second body is moving in opposite direction, that is minus 0.3 meter per second. So their velocity going to be exchanged now. So what going to happen? This is our second body. So this become minus 0.3 and velocity of B is 0.5 meter per second. So here you see the velocity of B is 0.5 and velocity of A 0.2. So option B is correct. Option B is correct. But here in this question, they didn't mention about the direction of the velocity. But from the option, we can conclude that there is no at any option which are matching if we assume that both bodies are moving in same direction. So that's why we have to take opposite direction and then we can conclude that both bodies are moving opposite direction. Now I proceed for the next question. This question saying that a bullet of mass 10 gram moving horizontally with the velocity of 400 meter per second strikes a wooden block of mass 2 kg. It is like this situation. This is a bullet of mass bullet that has a mass of 10 gram, means mass of bullet that has a given 10 ki power minus 2 kg and moving with the velocity of 100 400 meter per second and strikes a wooden block of that has a mass of 2 kg which is suspended by a string in an extensible string of length 5 meter. As a result, the center of the gravity of the block found to rise to a height of, means after striking it, this block is going to be rise to a 10 centimeter. 10 centimeter. 10 centimeter means 0.1 meter. 0.1 meter. 0.1 meter. And then this bullet comes out of it. This bullet comes out of it. And then after that, they are asking the speed of this bullet. What is the speed of this bullet? Right. So just apply conservation of momentum. Conservation of momentum. That is P initial that is equal to P final. M U1 plus M U2 that is equal to M just 1 minute. So this is, we assume that M V1 plus M V2 and this is M V1. So here one more thing, देखो, this is 10 की power minus 2 into 400, this is 0, then after that 2 into V1 plus 10 की power minus 2 V. But here the main thing is here two variable is coming. So one variable we have to reduce, means one variable we have to also find. How we find? Just apply conservation of energy. Conservation of energy. This block is moved and to a height. So loss in kinetic energy is equal to gain in potential energy. So here you see that loss in kinetic energy half m v1 square that is equal to gain in potential energy mgh. So this is v1 square is equal to 2gh. So this comes out to v2 is gen and g and h is 0.1. So this comes out to be under root 2 meter per second. We have found v1 is equal to root 2 meter per second square, right? And now we can find easily v velocity, right? And this is the only task, like we have to find v1. So here you see that 4 is equal to 2 times 2 root 2 plus 10 to the power minus 2 v, right? Putting in equation first. So this is 4 minus 2 root 2 that is equal to 10 to the power minus 2 v. So v comes out to be 4 minus, so v comes out to be 4 minus 2 root 2 into 10 to the power minus 2. If I come, that is 100. So this is, you see that 4 into 2 into 1.414 into 100. So this comes out to be V is equal to, this is comes out to be 2 into 1.414 minus 4. This comes out to be 1.172 into 100. So that comes out to be 117 point, velocity comes out to be 117.2 meter per second. That is roughly approximately equal to 120 meter per second. So 120 meter per second. So option C is correct. Option C is correct. This is a very good question. Like this asks all your concept, law of conservation of energy, law of conservation of momentum. So I proceed for the next question. This is also a very good question. What is the minimum velocity with which a body of mass m, with which a body of mass m enters? What is the minimum velocity with which a body of mass m must enters a vertical loop of radius r so that it can complete the circular loop? So here you see that this is our inclined plane. This is our inclined plane here, right? So what will be the minimum velocity with which a body can must enters a vertical loop? This is your vertical loop, like this situation. Just 1 minute. Then after that, this is like a vertical loop and they reach to this point and they complete a circle. So first we have to find this velocity. At this point, what is their velocity? So if the body is falling from this, they has a height of h. So just apply conservation of energy at first point and second point. So loss in potential energy, that is equal to gain in kinetic energy. So loss in potential energy, that is mgh, that is equal to gain in kinetic energy half m v square. M से m cancel, so v comes out to be under root 2gh, under root 2gh. Then after that, they are saying that they complete a vertical circle. So we know that at this point their speed must be under root 5g r. Then only the particle complete a circular motion. So their speed must be 5g r, that is equal to root 2gh. So squaring on both sides, so square cancel. So that is 5g r, that is equal to 2gh. G से g cancel. So h comes out to be 5r by 2. In terms of diameter, okay. So I complete, actually this is a like general result. Don't like I give more information. So like at this point, if body have to complete a vertical circular motion, they must require only root 5g r. And if they ask in this question, what is the height required if the body falling from this inclined plane? So in terms of diameter, so you write radius is equal to 2r or r is equal to d by 2. So this comes out to be, height is comes out to be 5d by 4. This is also asked so many times. These are standard results, so that's why I do this, so that you can remember this results also. This result and this result, and this is our standard. Sorry, this is our standard result. So option B is correct. Option B is correct. I proceed for the next question. A body of mass 1 kg begins to move under the action of a force of time dependent, and they are asking what will be the power developed. Force they have given, that is 2t I cap plus 3t square j cap. So and mass they have given 1 kg, and they are asking power. Power is equal to force into velocity, that is they are asking, right? So here force is mass into acceleration, that is 2t I cap plus 3t square j cap. Mass they have given already 1 meter per second. So velocity is dvy by dt, that is equal to 2t I cap plus 3t square j cap. So dv comes out to be 2t I cap plus 3t square j cap into dt. So if I do the integration of it, so velocity comes out to be t square I cap plus t cube j cap, t cube j cap, right? Now force we have already know. Now just we have to do take the dot product of it. Power is equal to force into velocity. Force they have already given 2t I cap plus 3t square j cap. Velocity t square I cap plus t cube j cap. So power is comes out to be 2t cube I cap 1 and plus 3t की power 5. So power is comes out to be 2t cube plus 3t की power 5. So 2t cube plus 3t की power 5. So option B is correct. 2t cube plus 3t की power 5. So option B is correct. Option B is correct. Option B is correct. Now this is our next question. A particle of mass 10 gram moves along a circle of radius with a constant tangential acceleration. What is the magnitude of this acceleration if the kinetic energy of the particle equal to 8 into 10 की power minus 4 joule by the end of the second revolution after the beginning of the motion. So in this you see that work done by all the forces is equal to change in kinetic energy. So here you see that a particle of mass 10 gram moves along a circle of radius 6.4 with a constant tangential acceleration. What is the magnitude of the acceleration if the kinetic energy of the particle equal to by the end of the second? So work done by tangential force plus work done by centripetal force, that is equal to change in kinetic energy. Final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy. So here you see that a particle moves along a circle with the constant tangential acceleration. What is the magnitude of the acceleration if the kinetic energy of the particle become 8 into by the end of the second revolution after the beginning of the motion. Beginning of the motion means they started, so their initial speed is 0. Work done by tangential force, that is m, and centripetal force is 0. So mg sine theta into force, this is force into displacement is 2 revolution and complete 2 revolution and 2 pi r. You see now. So they completed 2 revolution and they take 2 pi r, that is equal to kinetic energy is how much they have given. So here one more thing, they didn't mention, they are asking tangential acceleration. So here you see that force into displacement and centripetal force is already 0 because centripetal force acting towards the center and acceleration is towards, this is 90 degrees. So that's why centripetal force is 0 in the circular motion, you already know. And final kinetic energy is they have given 8 into 10 की power minus 4. So force, this is mass into tangential acceleration. Displacement is important, 2 into 2 pi r, that is equal to 8 into 10 की power minus 4. So tangential acceleration they are asking, that is 8 into 10 की power minus 4, that is mass into 4 pi r. So tangential acceleration is 8 into 10 की power minus 4 and mass they have given, what is the mass they have given? 10 gram and radius mass they have given 10 gram and radius they have given 6.4 centimeter, 6.4 into 10 की power minus 2 meter. So mass is 10 की power minus 2, 4 pi is 3.8 14 and the radius is 6.4 into 10 to the power minus 2. So tangential acceleration, this is 10 to the power minus 4, 10 to the power minus 4. They go upper side, so they cancel out. So left is 8 into 4 into 3.14 into 6.4. So this is comes out to be, if you calculate, this is 8, right? 4 into 3.14 into 6.4. So this comes out to be 80.38. So if I divide this 8 into 80.38, so this comes out to be 0.09. So this is approximately, that is 0.009. So this is approximately 0.1 meter per second square. 0.1 meter per second square. So option, which option is correct? Option C is correct. Option C is correct. Option C is correct. So I proceed for the next question. This is the question. Consider a drop of rainwater having a 1 gram falling from a height of 1 kilometer. It hits the ground with the speed of 50 meter per second. Taking G is a constant with the value, the work done by the gravitational force. So work done by the gravitational force. So work done by the gravitational force, so you can directly calculate mgh. Mass they have given how much? 1 gram is 10 to the power minus 3. G is 10. Height is 1000 meter. So this work done by gravitational force is, that is 10 joule. Now work done by resistance force. So resistance force के लिए, so we know that work done by all forces is equal to change in kinetic energy. So work done by gravitational force plus work done by resistive force, that is equal to change in kinetic energy, half m v square minus half m u square. They are falling freely. So this is initial speed is 0. Work done by gravitational force is 10 joule. So work done by resistive force, we have to calculate. Half m is 10 to the power minus 3, and speed, they have given speed is how much? 50. 50 into 50. So work done by resistive force, that is comes out to be 2500 into 10 to the power minus 3 divided by 2, that is minus 10. So this comes out to be work done by resistive force is, this is if I calculate, so this is 10 to the power minus 2 cancel 2 and 2.5 divided by 2 minus 10. So this comes out to be, so here you see that 1250 divided by 1000. So this is 1.25. So 1.25 minus 10. So this comes out to be work done by resistive force is basically minus 8.75. Minus 8.75. So option C is correct. Minus 8.75 joule. So option C is correct. Now I proceed for the next question. This question we have already done. I already tell that ki here we apply conservation of, just apply conservation of energy, this point and this point. So I found that the velocities comes out to be under root 2gh, and then after that we know that if particle going to complete circular motion, so that has a speed is root 5 gr. So I found that height is comes out to be 5 r by 2, and I say that diameter is 2 times radius, so radius is d by 2. So height is comes out to be 5d by 4. 5d by 4. 5d by 4. So option D is correct. Option D is correct. So I proceed for the next question. This is about a block of moving a mass m and another body that has a mass 4m. This is moving with a velocity u1, and this is at rest. After the collision, after the collision, m and 4m, what going to happen? See this. a moving block having a mass m collides with another stationary block having a mass 4m. The lighter block comes to rest, means this v1 after the collision v1 becomes 0 and v2 are they moving. When the initial velocity of the lighter block is v, the value of the coefficient of restitution is. So just apply conservation of momentum. P initial is equal to P final. M u1 plus 0 that is equal to m 0 plus 4m v2. So this comes out to be v2 upon u1. M going to be cancelled. So v2 upon u1 that is comes out to be 1 by 4. Now coefficient of restitution, we know that coefficient of restitution that is E is equal to v2 minus v1 upon u1 minus u2. Final velocity of first particle of 0, initial velocity of second particle 0, that is v2 upon u1. So E is comes out to be 1 by 4, that is 0.25. So which option is going to be matched? Option B is correct. Option B is correct. So I proceed for the next question. This is also a very good question. A particle of mass 5m at rest suddenly breaks on its own into 3 fragments. 2 fragments of each of mass m move along mutually perpendicular direction with the speed v. The energy released in the processes. So in this situation is what going to happen? There is a particle of mass 5m. They initially at rest and they're going to break, explodes. They're going to exploit. So 2 particle that has the same mass m and m, they are moving mutually perpendicular direction. So in this, and a third particle definitely move in that direction so that the net momentum going to be conserved. So this I say this has a velocity v dash. So just apply conservation of momentum. P initial is equal to P final in vector form. So that is initially both are rest, m v I cap plus m v j cap plus that is 3m v dash. M going to be cancel. So v dash is comes out to be v by 3 I cap minus and v by 3 j cap. If I find the magnitude of it, that is v square by 9. So that is comes out to be 2v square by 9. So v comes out to be, so here you see that v dash is comes out to be root 2 v by 3. So here kinetic energy, total kinetic energy of first particle half mv square, kinetic energy of second particle half mv square, kinetic energy of third particle, that is their mass is 3m, their velocity is root 2 v by 3 whole square, that is half m v square half m v square. If I do this thing, this 1313 cancel, so this is 1 by 2 m v square and this is 6, so 2m by 6 square. So that is, if I take the LCM of it, 6, so this is 6m v square plus 2m v square, that is comes out to be 8 m v square by 6. So kinetic energy that is comes out to be 4 by 3 m v square. So which option is matching? Option D is correct. Okay.
Read for the next question. This is our next question. A mass m attached to the thin wire and wire lit in a vertical circle. The wire is most likely to break when the... So in this question, what they are saying that there is a circle, right? And in this circle, if there is a wire is attached to it and this wire mass is going to be attached, right? A wire and that has a length L. So if you see that this is mg force acting downwards, tension force acting upwards, right? So centripetal force balance this force. So F net is equal to mass mv square by r. So T minus mg, that is equal to the centripetal force mv square by r. So T at this point, you see this is our A point. Tension at A point, that is equal to mg plus mb square by r. So tension is maximum at this A point. So the mass at the lowest point means this is our lowest point. So this is the maximum chance the wire is most likely to break. So the mass at the lowest point. So because tension is at this point is maximum. So this is the maximum chance that the wire going to be break. If you see this point, what is the tension? Good, tension acting downwards, right? Mg force also acting downwards. This balances the centripetal force, right? So what I say, F net is equal to mb square by r. So this is mg plus t, that is equal to mb square by r. So t here you see that is comes out to be mb square by r minus mg. So this is, here you see that here tension is minimum, tension is maximum. So this is here chance of breaking is maximum, here tension is minimum. So which option? Option D is correct. So I proceed for the next question. This question is from 2019. A force F is equal to 20 plus 10 by x on a particle in y direction, where F is in Newton and y is in meter. Work done by this force to move the particle from 0 to 1 meters. So force they have given, that is 20 plus 10 by and that is act on y is equal to 0 to 1. So work done is equal to F dot dy. So work done is equal to 20 plus 10 by into dy 0 to 1. So 20 by plus 10 by square by 2, that is 0 to 1. So work done is comes out to be 20 into 1 plus 5 1 square. So work done is comes out to be 25 joule. 25 joule. So which option? Option D is correct. Option D is correct. A body A of mass 4m is moving with speed u, collides with another body of mass 2m at rest. The collision is head-on and elastic nature. After the collision, the fraction of energy is lost by the colliding bodies. So what they have given this is one body, this is another body, right? After the collision, body, this is body A, this is body B, that has a mass 4, body A of mass 4m, and body B has a mass 2m, moving with the speed u. This is u1 is equal to u, u2 is equal to 0, 4m, 2m, that is v1. The collision is head-on and elastic in nature. After the collision, the fraction of energy is lost is how much? This is v1 and this is v2. So they are asking fraction of energy lost. So how we find this? This is, we know that change in kinetic energy divided by initial kinetic energy, and that we have already found the formula, that is 4 times m1 m2 divided by m1 plus m2 whole square. So this comes out to be 4 times 4m into 2m, that comes out to be 4m plus 2m into whole square. So 4 4 ja 16, 16 2 ja 32 m square. Why? 6 6 6 ja 36 m square. So this is 8 by 9. So fraction of kinetic energy lost is 8 by 9. 8 by 9. 8 by 9. So option C is correct. Option C is correct. And this question 2015, I think this question I left by mistake, but I found, so I feel that in the next video at the last I do this question. Two particles A and B move with a constant velocity v1 and v2. At the initial moment their position vector are r1 and r2. The condition for the particle A and B, their collision. Just 1 minute. See, this is our coordinate. This is x-axis. This is y-axis. This is x-axis. This is y-axis. This is our one particle. This is our one particle. This is also another particle. And then after that, so here one particle. See this one particle. This is particle A. This is particle B. This is at position R1. This is at position R2. And here you see this. They're going to meet this point. This is R. Sorry. This is R vector. They're going to move like this and they collide at this point. This is move like this. They collide at this point. So I see that at time t they move a distance of v1 into t and they move a distance of v2 into t. So I say that r1 for particle r1, that is equal to r1 plus v1 into the condition for collision, that is equal to r1 plus v1 into t, that is equal to r2 plus v2 into t. So r1 minus r2, that is equal to v2 minus v1 into t. So this is our equation first. And we also know that this is r1. If we find the magnitude of r1, r2, that is magnitude of v2 minus v1 into t. So t comes out to be r1 minus r2 divided by v2 minus v1 into t. So this value, this t value I putting in equation first. So we get r1 minus r2, that is equal to v2 minus v1 into r1 minus r2 upon v1 minus v2 minus v1. So this comes out to be r1 minus r2 upon mod r1 minus mod r2, that is equal to v2 minus v1 upon v2 minus v1. This comes out to be the condition. So which condition? r1 minus r2 upon mod r1 minus r2, that is equal to v2 minus v1 upon v2 minus v2. So option C is correct. So these are our all questions I completed. In the next video, we are going to solve from 2021 to 2025. Till now, we have completed all the PYQs from 2015 to 2020. In the next video, we are going to solve 2020-21 to 2020-25, all the PYQs. And this is a very important chapter, and I completed all the PYQs till now. And I hope these videos are quite helpful and you are feeling enjoyable. And if you feel that my videos, my explanation is very slow, so you can see these videos at 1.25 or 1.5 so that you can save your time and you have revised all the PYQs, right? So I hope you are doing very well. Keep continue, and if you have any doubts coming, you can ask me personally, or you can also join my Telegram channel. The link is in my channel group also. So please like and subscribe my channel who are preparing for JEE examination, so that I get a more motivation and I help you a lot from my side as much as possible. And if you have any, if you want any topics particularly, you can also message me so that I make videos on this topic particularly. Okay, bye. Keep continuing. We will meet very soon in the next video.